Hey Flosstube, it's Julie, Gulf Coast Stitches. Remember me? It's been a while since I've been back. Life has been grand and exciting and crazy. I'm going to say right up front, this video is going to be full of background noise because Dan is outside doing his version of relaxation stitchy time, which is he's out there on heavy equipment and tinkering, and he's got his radio going, and there's just no way to block it out. So if I was outside, it would be louder. I know what's happening with this hair. Lots has happened. A lot has happened since the last time I recorded. If you record videos, you know how if you get behind, you keep thinking, I'm going to say this in my next video, I'm going to mention this in my next video, and then things explode and you have so many things going on and so much to do, and your Flosstube catch pile gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I just decided that I didn't want to spend a couple of hours of this beautiful 3-day weekend going backwards, so I'm going to just kind of show you what's going on right now, and moving forward I hope to be able to record videos more often. Lots of crazy things have happened in our life. So Sarah graduated the Naval Indoctrination Program, which is their new equivalent to Officer Candidate School. So she graduated in her snappy whites and is now midshipman 4th class, which means that she's a freshman in college at Belmont University. I'm a Belmont mom. And so much of our transition was made so much easier by the generosity of the Stitchy community. Thank you again so much for all of your contributions to her relaunch fund after her traffic accident. And honestly, I don't want to get choked up, but blessings beyond blessings came from this community for us during that time. So thank you so much. Sarah is out of the nest. I don't like it. I want her to be back home, but I know that she's doing great things and she's having a great time, and Nashville is the place to be. She has already met, she met Josh Turner this week, who's an alumni from her schools, also Grammy Award winning country music star. So there's just the possibilities of what she's going to do there are just endless. I'm so excited for her. Today, I hope that she is going to meet up with my cousins from Georgia, who I haven't seen in forever. They're actually cloggers. I'm not sure how many of you out there know what clogging even is, but Google it. They are the leather and lace clogging team, and they're national champions, and they go to across the pond to London, and they clog in parades, and they're just awesome. So she is hopefully going to meet up with them today because they're clogging in the nationals competition at the Opryland Hotel. So that may happen. What else has happened? I got a full-time job, as if Gulf Coast Stitches isn't full-time enough, which it is. Anyone who runs a business knows that. I was offered a position at this college that I graduated from. So I'm officially a member of staff at Northwest Florida State College, which I love. It's been crazy. The first week of work, I had horrible bronchitis. I was super sick. I was overwhelmed. I didn't think it was a good fit. I didn't think it was a good idea. But thanks to the encouragement of some of my Stitchy friends, you guys know who you are on the text keeping me going. And I just stuck it out, and I thought I'm going to give it another week, and guess what? That last week was my second week, and I felt so much better that it made everything seem better. This is the first morning I haven't woke up with a coughing fit. There goes Dan riding by on his lawnmower. So hopefully I'll make it through this video without having to excuse myself because random coughs. What else has happened? Oh, Dan and I got married. Many of you may not have even known that we weren't married. We've been together for a while. We live together. We raise our kids together. But in lieu of all of the life changes and Sarah going away and me starting a new job, it was just time for us to make it legal, get the stamp on it. So I jokingly tell him I now have the title and registration to him, so he has to behave himself, which he always does anyway. But so that was a huge life event. So wow, lots of things going on. Sarah, we got her moved in. She graduated on a Thursday, we had to deliver her to her college on, I think we took her, she graduated, I may have said that wrong. She graduated on a Tuesday. We had to deliver her to Nashville on Thursday. So she had one day at home. And she was horribly sick. She had pneumonia, bronchitis, and sinusitis. Horribly, horribly sick, as was everyone else that graduated from Great Lakes that week. And I think that's probably, I could have gotten it on the plane or anywhere, but I think just being around all those kids who were coughing and hugging, and it was worth every bit of it, though. It was super exciting to be there. So got her set in Nashville. She's doing great. I got started at my new job. Things there are going great. I'm sure many of you can relate to this, that I'm not super comfortable in a position that I don't know everything about. In other words, I like to be like, I'm not super comfortable at something until I feel like I have an understanding of it enough to be contributing, not getting in the way. I got there this week. I feel like I actually helped out a little bit this week. And a little bit about what I'm doing. I am the testing center coordinator, so all of the tests that go through the college, which are everything from professor-given tests to people who want certifications in the professional world who come to our center to test. I'm in charge of coordinating all of that. So I got a lot to learn, but I'm excited. And the schedule could not be better. It's the first time in my life I've ever had a full-time job that is barely full-time hours. And I'm off when the school's closed, which means I'll be off the whole week of Thanksgiving and 3 weeks between Christmas and New Year's, all of which is paid, which is awesome. All of which doesn't count against my vacation, which is awesome. My vacation bank, it's just additional time off that's paid because the school's closed. And for the most part, that schedule lines up with Sarah's schedule. So, yay! The only thing is our spring breaks are off by a week. But that's okay. We'll work it out. We will make it happen. The next time I'll be seeing her will be at the end of September. I'm going up for Parent Weekend, which is cool. Can't wait. I think it was like 26 days, but who's counting? I'm counting. And yeah, so that's life update. Kid launched to college, married, new job. That's why I haven't been here. Let's get on to stitchy stuff, shall we? It's 7 minutes in. That's what I hope you're here for. Actually, I hope you're just here to hang out and chat a little bit. I've worked on a zillion things. I've actually finished a lot of things since I've posted last, but they've all made it to the under the bed box as we all come to know it, stuff that's waiting to be framed. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm stitching on right now. So this is the most recent rotation, although I do have one thing that I just started stitching for the Smalls Exchange for Midwest. So I was blessed, and I'm so grateful that my boss is amazing, and she approved my trip to Iowa, which I was a little concerned about just because I'm new, and I don't know if everyone else had stuff planned, but we're making it happen. So I will be in Midwest. I think Robbie and I are going to fly in on Wednesday. We've decided. We haven't ironed all those details out yet. I can't show you the pattern because it's a PDF print off, but this is, who's this even by? I could at least tell you that if I even printed out that page. Not Forgotten Farm. Oh, you'll see there's a trend. That's a theme. So this Linda Joe bag, it's small, it's perfect. It has traveled the country with me this summer. So, because airline and airport and all that stuff, I started filling in this big old tomato. So, this is, I don't even know what the name of this chart is. I'm obviously out of practice. It doesn't say. It's a 2017... tomato season. Okay, you can check out Lori Brecklin's Not Forgotten Farm Etsy page. That's where I downloaded it. It's so cute. It has a lady and some crows and a big old tomato. So, big old tomato in hand stitching is perfect for airline stitching for me. And I got bored with the red, so I started the greenery. So, I finished 2 other tomato pieces. But, like I said, they've already made their way up to the tomato bag, up to the under the bed box, which is actually a bag in my room. Here sits the tin that I plan on putting the other little tomato I finished. I may have actually included that in my last video. That tomato was a heart and hand. That's just a tomato. I don't know what it's called. I forget. But I'm going to make it poofy, put it in there, and make that a pin keep. This has been sitting on the table, on my kitchen table for a month since I finished that. I'm surprised Dan hasn't started putting M&Ms in it or something. I don't know. He doesn't even ask questions about these things anymore. So then, I also worked on Long May It Wave. I absolutely love this. I was feeling super patriotic after delivering Sarah to Great Lakes and then picking her up. I said, I have to stitch this. I love the gilded frame. That's exactly how I want to do it. And I'm stitching it 1/2 on 40 count, which I never do. It's in my fantastic Charlie Harper bag made by the fantastic Robbie. I need all of the bags. No, I don't. I want all of the bags. She brought me a big stack of fabric and was like, pick which ones you like. It would have been easier to say, what don't you like? So, Robbie, you can just make me anything out of that stack for any given occasion, and I'll be happy. In here is my needle book that she finished for me that I stitched with Sulky. I stitched this right after market. There's a needle in it. Look, it's actually being used for what it's supposed to be used for. I enjoyed this. This was my first attempt at stitching with Sulky, and I used it 1 Sulky thread over 2 on 32, and it turned out cute. And I actually used this little book for when I was traveling. So, this, because it's 40 count over 1, no, duh, I would never do that. 40 count 1/2, I put it in a Q-snap just to keep it taut so I could see the holes a little better than I can see in hand. I was moving right along. I'm stitching it in silk. It's gorgeous. And then it occurred to me that I'm off like 2 stitches right here. They're up 2 stitches too high, so the flagpole would literally cut. If the flagpole comes this way, it's going to cut right through those stitches. I am not interested in frogging red silk out of a 40 count fabric, so I put it away. What I'm thinking I can do is, I can probably just extend this blue up 2 stitches, right? It's a flag. I could extend that up 2 stitches as long as, what I probably should do is put in the pole. Put in the pole starting at the, ow, sorry about that. There's still a needle in it naturally, even though I have a needle book. What I'll probably do, that this just occurred to me, was go ahead and put in the back stitches for that pole and then just bring the flag up to meet it. What does anybody think about that? There's some purist out there that would tell me to frog, but I loved stitching this, and I don't want to frog out red silk because it's going to leave red silk fuzzies in the aftermath, and I'm going to have to try to get it off there. And also, I always say, like, mistakes are not mistakes. They're just, I would never get onto, like, a child who's made a creative error, so I don't beat myself up about it. I think I can fix that. So, and I have plenty of extra fabric. I didn't go very tight on this. So this has been happening. I've been stitching in hand a lot, but on the 40 count, having that Q-snap helped pull it tighter. Don't listen to what I just said, because here is yet another project in a Q-snap. Although this one is on Aida. So, also I don't like stitching Aida in hand. I feel like my stitches don't lie very flat. So when I'm stitching on Aida, I do the Vanna Pfeiffer method of up with the eye, down with the point. Up with the eye, down with the point. I'm sure Vanna does a much more articulate explanation of that method, but that's what I do on Aida, and I love stitching on Aida. I stitch on what you want. I just showed you a 40 count linen, and this is 16 count Aida, so just do whatever you do you. So, my Q-snap is all kinds of wrapped up. So this is a Etsy pattern. I can't show you the pattern, but I can show you how far I've gotten. I changed the colors. It was done in teal and gray, and I did them in pinks and mauves. I'm doing this in sulky, and it's going to say, wash your hands and say your prayers because Jesus and germs are everywhere. How funny is that? Also, so true. Sarah and I have both been extremely sick, so wash your hands and say your prayers, people. So this is really easy and fun, and like I said, I do the Vanna Pfeiffer up-down method with that. So that's been happening, and then I just started a new start last night that I don't want to show it because it's for the Smalls Exchange. I said that already, but I will tell you that I'm stitching it on gingham. This is Weeks Straw Gingham. I love it. I went ahead and cut 2 pieces because I want to stitch the exact same thing for myself. We'll see if that happens. So, I love this. And you can probably tell a little bit actually in this picture that there's like spots that are kind of bleached out. This is a giant piece. This is way more than a yard, but thank you, Hoffman. So you can kind of tell there, it's kind of true that there are, even though it's gingham, it's still mottled, which I love. So I'm stitching, all I'm going to say is that it's a 2007 with fine needle and thread, because for the Midwest Cross Stitchers retreat in October, Brenda Gervais, hey Brenda, is the guest of honor extraordinaire. She's bringing with her some new releases. She's bringing with her a retreat project, as I understand. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And we're having just one exchange this time. Although we did 3 exchanges last year. I loved it. I loved the exchange process. I love seeing what people get. But because we're going to be in the Amana colonies, this is going to allow us more time to explore and to just kind of be free. And then we'll have the exchange. I'm assuming we'll have it in an evening. There goes Dan again, if you hear that. So it's a 2007 chart that I'm doing. I want to do it for myself again, so I cut 2 pieces of the gingham. I'm stitching it in hand because it's primitive-ish, and I feel like, I don't know, I don't care if my stitches don't look perfect on primitive stuff. Is that weird? I really don't. I'm not that person who needs them to be perfect. Now, on some, isn't that funny? Some things I do, like I do the up-down on Aida just because I feel like my crosses look nicer, but yet on primitive stuff, I feel like that's all part of it. It's handwork. It's going to be in a rustic frame. I've already got a framing plan for it. And I don't really want to show it because if people know what bag you put it in and what's there, then it's not a surprise exchange. But every item exchanged has to be, the rules are, it has to be a Brenda Gervais with fine needle and thread project, any size. So I'm really curious to see if if anyone's going to do like great big samplers to exchange, or if anyone's going to do something. I'm sure they will. There's some fantastic stitchers in that group. My piece, I'll say, is like 100 by 120, and I'm going to do it twice because I want it for myself. So I don't want to show it to you, though. So that ends what I've been working on. I worked on a lot more stuff that I've finished, but like I said, I'll bring it out as it shows up. So let's talk about my haul, y'all. I couldn't resist these. I'm on the Lori Brecklin kick lately. I bought these 2 books, Summer at Not Forgotten Farm and Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. I don't know if there is winter or Christmas. I haven't researched that. These were just available through the distributor. They're not out of print. They were super easy to get. If you want these, I'm not stocking them in the shop because they have a few cross-stitch patterns in them, but they're wool applique, rug hooking, punch needle. They're all the things, which is kind of cool. But I don't really stock all that stuff. But if you want these, message me, reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. I'll be more than happy to put them on my next order for you if you can't find them anywhere online. Or you just want to place an order with me. I would appreciate that. So they're just beautiful books. And I really want to do, I'm not going to do a whole flip through, but this rosemary and lavender, she gives you really good instructions on how to finish them. She has them packed with sawdust. But I think it would be really cool to pack them maybe with walnut shells and actually stuff them with some lavender and some rosemary. That's my grand thoughts. There goes Dan again. But he's really making a lot of racket out there, guys. I'm sorry about that. He's pulled right up to the window. Probably thinks I'm talking to myself, but that wouldn't be unusual. So Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. There was a chart in here. I'll just show you one of the charts that drew my eye that I just absolutely loved. Because look at that. That's some great airport stitching right there, folks. If I ever get through Not Forgotten Farm's last giant tomato that I'm stitching. So, love Lori Brecklin, love Not Forgotten Farm. I'm into it. This I bought. Could not resist this through a distributor as well. It's a Riolas kit. It's on Aida. I'm going to stitch it on the Aida that's provided. But look at those birds. What is this called? Just $9.28. But I believe it was listed as the Herons. I love the color palette of that. I opened it up so I could look at the instructions because they're written in all the different languages. But the floss is bobbinated. It's cotton floss. It says it's DMC. Does it say it's DMC or does it say it's Anchor? It's Anchor. Don't listen to me. Oh, corrections corner. This is Anchor floss. Use 2 threads. Stitch it on Aida. But I love the palette. I just thought that's going to be so pretty. So I want to start that yesterday. Ah, let's see what else we got going. I apologize about the mowing sounds. He knows I'm doing a video. I've apologized 10 times for that already, so you know I mean it. But good news is he's got to be almost done. I got my Color and Cotton Floss of the Month Club in. I do the 5 of all colors. I'm not going to go through them all, but they are beautiful. I'm ending up somehow with tons of this teal color, which is not really my color, so I may unload some of those so that those of you out there who like them might get a stash enhancement. I just don't use a lot of that color. I like prim and I love red and blacks and grays. Says the girl who just showed you a pink and gray. I guess there's gray in that. Heron chart. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Speaking of Floss Club, I still have my Floss Club through Gulf Coast Stitches available. Interest in it has dropped off substantially, and I think it's just because every shop just about has a Floss Club. So I'm weighing on if I'm going to continue that. I think I may just do a limited number of slots and post them on the website just like I've been doing. If you get a slot, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Maybe you wanted to skip this month. But I still, after all this time, have this trickle effect where people contact me after I close it out and say, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it in time. Can I still go to Floss Club? Which I appreciate, but it makes it really difficult. In ordering, I end up with all this extra floss or not enough floss, and I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. So stay tuned for changes with that. I probably will just do a limited run where I say maybe I make 30 or 40 slots. I purchase the floss for those slots, and then they go that way. I may do that. I don't know. I've got a lot to keep up with right now, and that has just it did fantastic at the beginning, but like I said, I think because Fat Quarter Shop and some of these other shops who are now transitioning into mega cross stitch shops, which is fantastic, they've got floss clubs too, or floss packs, and I don't know. I think everybody's just kind of rode the floss club wave. So stand by on that. I don't know. Right now they're still available. In fact, they're available on my website today. I close that out usually on the 30th of the month, which it was yesterday. So I'll probably close it out today by the time you see this video. Who knows? Don't listen to me. Pam, it's all your fault again. I love this. It doesn't need any more explanation. I love it. I want to stitch it. I love the message. That was a stash enhancement. I bought this on eBay because I'm obsessed with the old Plum Street charts. I could probably just call Paulette, I guess, and ask her what she has hanging around, but I am not going to do that. This is stitched in silk. I'm going to just do a conversion of whatever I can find, but I love that too. And I don't even remember who showed this, but again, Plum Street Samplers. It's the 7 Days of Creation. I had to find this on eBay. I got it dirt cheap. I could not find it at any of the distributors any longer. So, I love that. I love stitching words. It's in the pile. Okay, that's it for my personal haul. I haven't really been buying a lot, y'all, because I haven't had a chance to. It's funny how when you get busy, you don't have a chance to just sit and endlessly hunt for things. I do want to get some more Not Forgotten Farm stuff, though, because I'm obsessed with that. So these are shop items. You have probably seen all of this by now, but it has been a blue million years since I made a video. So, I'm going to show you again anyway. Mary Lee. I still have a ton of these, and I was really surprised because the colors on this, I'm not going to unwrap it because this will be going to someone. The colors with those lime greens and the blues are everything. It's a Hands Across the Sea chart. It's a fat one. I mean, you can see that it's a book. It was previously released exclusively to the attic, but the time is up on the exclusivity for that, so Nicola made it available for everybody. I mean, look at the house. Sorry about the glare, but that house alone. Sometimes I get intimidated by these Hands Across the Sea charts, and I think I could just do the house and make it a pin keep. So I have a ton of those. I still also have maybe 3 copies left of Harriet Salt and a few copies of Elizabeth Atkinson, which are packed into my shop stuff right now. But there's going to be a coupon code released at the end of this video, available only till Monday. So please don't reach out to me and say on Tuesday that you just got around to watching the video and you missed the coupon code. It's a Flosstube coupon code. It's a reward for watching the Flosstube during the period of time before the coupon expires. But stay tuned to the end of the video because that code will entitle you to free shipping on anything, including clearance stuff. So it's going to just be this weekend only, and I'm going to get it shipped out as fast as I can. It may be a day or two later than normal, depending on the volume of people that use the coupon. So you can use that on those Hands Across the Sea charts. Remember that. Free shipping for anything. So we've seen these, but I haven't done a video in forever, so they're sitting here in the box. This is the Tire Trio, the Sloths. I love these. I want to stitch this for Sarah. It's not going to happen in the immediate future, but it will happen. Plum Street, the Cereal Bowl Collection. This is lesson 4. I love that. I'm zipping through these because there's nothing new to see here. Y'all have seen all these. The Beekeeper. I'm not into bees. I love bees. I love their contribution to the planet. I don't collect bee stuff, so I probably won't stitch this one, but I love the urn. So cute. And then we've got some Brenda Gervais. I love this. I'm suspecting some people are going to stitch this for the smallest exchange because it's small. It is only 156 by 36 stitches, so it's long, it's narrow, it's red, it's a sampler roll. It's all the things we all love. So that one, that was L genders. Or genders, who knows. Hickety Pickety. Also I'm not a super chicken person. I love macros, I love tomatoes. I love pumpkins, though. This might work its way into my pile eventually, but not in the immediate future. But that's Hickety Pickety. Gone Batty. Oh, my word. Look at that. So cute. Y'all have seen that. Boo to You. I also suspect we'll see several of these at the exchange because so cute with the little buffalo check. Oh, look at that. So adorable. This one is only 79 by 106. I decided to pick a way old one so that maybe someone else wouldn't have the same, we wouldn't all be exchanging the same thing. But that's what's cool about stitching, because you can stitch the same thing, but different ground cloths, different flosses, different finishing. It's all going to look different. Holiday Hoopla Halloween. Vanna, if you're watching, every time I see a holiday hoopla, I hear you say a holiday hoopla in my head. Then, trying to kind of keep these together by designer, doing a horrible job at it. Hands on Design, one of my favorite companies. Kathy is a fantastic lady to deal with. The Boo Chockful series, Boo. So cute with the mason jar. Love that. That was her collaboration with Priscilla, of course. Autumn Skies. I stitched, you probably can see it right there. That's hands-on design. Pumpkin, what does that say? Pumpkin Spice Farm. So this is the perfect companion piece for that. I wouldn't finish it that way because I'm not that talented, but I would frame it or do something like that with it. And it comes with the felt strips to finish. So cute. It's 2 charts. But I love this. I enjoyed the pumpkin that's on that is the same formatted pumpkin that's on here. So that's got to happen. I have a ton of these. I'm surprised you really need to see these in person to appreciate them. Not the chart, the actual finished blocks. So they're not biscornues. I don't even know how you describe this. There's probably a word. It just says a seasonal pincushion and fob based on inspirational quotes. But they're like little cubes, and they're fantastic. And the cool part is you get the felt. So this part here is not stitched. That's where you stuff it, is the way I understand it. Don't listen to me, though. I haven't read the instructions. But there's a house for every season. There are different types of houses. So there's a shaker house. There's a farmhouse. Oh, I love this. It's on my list of things to do. Then, as if she knew, Beth, as if you knew, the day that Dan and I got married, I went to the mailbox. And the wedding sampler was there. So this must be done. Dan and I were married on August the 13th. I'm going to stitch this by August the 13th, 2055. Those of you who are doing the math are like, no, you won't. The grass part, it says in the instructions that it's stitched, that it's done tent stitched or half stitched, but I would stitch that all because I don't mind stitching some blocks of color. And you can't really see in the picture, there's all kinds of little sheep in there. So it's not like you're just full on stitching green. I think I would probably do my border first, make sure it all matches up, then do the words, then do all the random motifs, and then fill the grass. That's what I would do. Brown Bird Biscornu. Sarah King, if you're watching this, I know you said you wanted this. It's on the site. Get your free shipping, girl. Get it. I'm not a person who's ever made a biscornu. I cannot speak to the difficulty level of this, but I can tell you that inside the chart, the top of it, just with the spinning, I say spinning, it looks like a pinwheel of birds. I would love to do that just for a pillow. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try something new. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to try something new, but Jack Frost Tree Farm. I still have a ton of these too. This is a super cute series. I love how it looks stitched together. I'm still stitching the Hometown Holidays. I think that's why I haven't jumped on the bandwagon with this, because I did 5 of the Hometown Holidays in a row, which I displayed last Christmas. My plan was by Christmas this year I was going to do 5 more and display those next to it. Haven't started them. Because all the other things. I want to do all the things. And now, these just surfaced. So I got these at Market. They were a Market exclusive. I have 5 of them. They never made it to the website after Market. I don't know what happened. I was going through some boxes and I found them. So this is Primitive Hair Season Spring. There are multiple. It's a small book, but there are, I'll tell you how many charts are in here. It's a great value. There's not a table of contents, so I'll have to go through and count them. Look at this. So this chart is in here. This chart is in here. That's 2. Three, 4, 5 charts. I think that's it. 6. So there are 6 charts in there, and it's a great book. I haven't listed it onto the shop. By the time this video uploads, it should be on there. I think I said, did I say I had 5 of these? I got the last one she had at Market and somehow managed to not list them on the shop. So, Anniversaries of the Heart, Blackbird Designs, Barb and Alma did a reprint of some of their popular charts, and I'm assuming the reprinting on these is a little less expensive because they're charts, not full-on booklets. Here comes Dan. It's going to come in here all sweaty. So I ordered 5 of them. So Farmhouse, Snow Garden, Pink Hill Manor, Wish for You, and Valentine Rose. I'll just pick some of them. They are all available. Those are the ones I added to the shop. And if y'all knew how hard I sought for these before they were reprinted, Love is in the Air, which is the February stocking, and Merry Christmas, which is the December stockings, I have both of those in stock. They were hard to find for a long time. So that's it. I will see you guys soon. Read the description box below for the code for the sale for free shipping, and I'll talk to you soon.